It's finished Barcelona 3, Real Madrid nil. In the end, the scoreline shows that they were hammered, and probably in the game itself, I don't think the scoreline really flatters Barcelona as much, although the two of the goals did come in the last 10 minutes of the game. But I think Madrid, there were so many issues there. Now, one of the things that I will say is I pointed this out in the United game as well, that Madrid's big issue is the fact that their forward line is very threadbare. They probably need another striker, and they're probably not getting one because they're waiting on Mbappe. But based on this performance, I think they'll need to rethink their strategy, because I don't think Joselu is enough as backup for Vinicius and Rodrygo. There were so many opportunities where I think a better striker, an out-and-out striker, would have made more, whereas Rodrygo and Vinicius just didn't look like they were not big strikers. And you can tell they're okay as strikers against some of the smaller teams, but against the really big teams, you need more than those two can offer. And so therefore that's something that Real Madrid will have to consider, and that probably showed in the scoreline where they didn't score any goals. But against United, that energetic midfield really showed, the energy of the midfield, the tenacity, the talent really showed. I think in this one against a midfield that's probably on par, that has some of the same attributes that Madrid's midfield has, it got cancelled out. And I think ultimately Barcelona also struggled. I mean, the first goal came from Dembele, and in the 15th minute, and then it was very long until the second goal came from Fermin Lopez, but at least they looked more settled, and that is something that will hold them in good stead. What is also clear is that Barcelona have much better squad depth, and when you're fighting for a league title, squad depths do matter, and I think that is going to really help Barcelona a lot this season. The goal from Dembele, is a good goal. I mean, you can see why PSG were interested in him. It's unlikely that he's going to move there now, but you can see why he's attracting interest. When he's fit, Dembele is an important player for Barcelona. The problem is his fitness. He's not always fit all the time. So that's something that if he can improve and work on, then maybe he'll be a very key player for Barcelona this season. But you just know that he's not going to stay fit for the whole season. So therefore, you've got to look at other options that Barcelona can have. Overall, I think Barcelona will be very pleased with their day's work. They kept Madrid in check. Madrid never looked like they were going to score a goal, or that they were in control of the game. Barcelona always looked in control. That's not going to bode well for them. But from Barca's point of view, does this game though tell you that either of them are going to challenge Manchester City for the Champions League? I don't think so. I still think City are a bit better than both of them. That doesn't mean City are going to win the Champions League. What I just mean is that I think these two teams probably still have a bit of a ways to go to match Manchester City level for level. That being said, football is a funny game, and the best team doesn't always win these tournaments. But I feel right now, I still feel City are ahead of Barcelona and Real Madrid when it comes to the Champions League. But in the La Liga, I think Barcelona just have a slight edge over Madrid. What I will say though, for anybody who's making doomsday predictions for Real Madrid, I remember a few years ago Real Madrid got hammered by Atletico Madrid in a friendly, and I think at the end of that season it was with Zidane. It was under Zidane, and I think at the end of the season they went on to win the league or the Champions League, one of those two competitions. They went to win on some competition. So don't put too much stock into friendlies. It's a friendly. The result is not important. It's the performances. It's the tactics. Those are what matter. And I think there's time to improve that. There's still time to improve that for Real Madrid. There's still time for Barcelona to kind of mess that up. So you just never know how things work out. So don't put too much stock into the result. It's really about the performances, about the kind of fitness, the minutes in the leg. And Barcelona just coming off of a few days of considering 5 against Arsenal, so let's not put too much stock into into results just yet. But Ancelotti has got to improve his tactics as well. I still think, I don't know why he persists with Militao and Alaba all the time. I think Rodrygo should be in the conversation. I think he's a much better defender than Militao. Yes, Militao probably is more technically sound, but Rodrygo just has this tenacity, this shithousery about him that you can't keep a player like that out of a game like this. That is what you need in a game like this. Someone who's going to get inside the striker's head, someone who's going to make people think about things other than the game. You need that, and I think they missed that. He had that against Manchester United. He's got to do that here as well. But for some reason Ancelotti persists with Militao and Alaba. That's something that he will need to look at and probably think about changing. But the goals. I mean, the Fermin Lopez was really good. Goal was really good, and hopefully he'll get some minutes in La Liga this season, or maybe he'll go on loan. But it was a good goal that he took. The Ferran Torres goal was good as well. Nice little finish from him. Hopefully he can have a big season. There's a lot of talk about him leaving. He doesn't want to leave. Hopefully he can fulfill the promise that he showed when Barcelona actually signed him from Manchester City, and maybe he can show that. What's also important from Barcelona's point of view is the squad depth. They were able to make a lot of subs. Madrid did not sub off Rodrygo or Vinicius. That is a big key indicator as well, because in pre-season is a time when you try and make changes and you try to do tactical tweaks, and Ancelotti didn't feel like he had anybody on that squad that he could bring on to replace Vinicius or Rodrygo in a game that they were losing. That is a big sign of where the squad depth is forward wise, and they need another striker. I know they've said they're not going to sign anybody else and they might just wait till Mbappe at the end of the transfer window, but I think even if they don't get Mbappe, they need to bring someone in, because I don't think the squad is good enough to win La Liga, and I don't think it's good enough to challenge for the Champions League. That's just my opinion, but I do feel that way. So let's see what happens. Share your thoughts on the game, of course. Do subscribe to our channel if you enjoyed this video. We always love to hear your thoughts, of course, so do share your thoughts. Smash a like if you enjoyed this video as well, and do subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Thank you so much for watching. We're back again soon with more videos, so subscribe to stay notified. Take care. See you soon. Bye bye.